Right, good morning, January 28th. It's a Thursday, I believe. But coming in this morning, I want to talk about wisdom. And I want to talk about certain things I've been seeing, and then I also want to talk about maybe some conversations, not the specificity of the conversation, but just the root of the conversations that I've had lately with a lot of people, actually. And there's a verse in the Bible, it's James 1:5. It says, "If any of you lacks wisdom, ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you." And I think right now there's a lot of purposeful deception. I think there's a lot of manipulation. I think there's a lot of things that are being presented in a certain slant. I think there's a lot of things that aren't being presented in full disclosure, and there's a litany. There's tons and tons of those kind of things. So I don't want to get into anything specific, but the idea that we really need wisdom and we really need to start thinking, I would word it like three-dimensionally, like a chess player. Like, when you play chess, and I think I've talked about this before, you should always be anticipating what the person you're playing is going to do, and then you also should think several moves ahead. That's just how it works. That's just how you're supposed to do it. So when I get people that ask me questions, well, how do you know this or this or this? Well, the first thing is I always ask God that He gives me wisdom. He promises He would, but it's also a matter of kind of observing and putting pieces together. For example, let me just word it this way. Like if you watch any James Bond movie, you look at the bad guy, and the bad guy on the surface doesn't appear to be a bad guy. He normally appears to be like a humanitarian. He normally appears to be very suave, like, hey, that's a good guy. Why would James Bond go after him? He's like, I think about the guy in Quantum of Solace. He's like trying to help people get water and do all this stuff. But what you need to realize, and what through the course of the movie or movies, that the character who plays the bad guy is normally involved with back channel things. He's normally follow the money, things like that. So what I really want to encourage people today is to seek wisdom and to not maybe take things at face value. Start doing a little digging, follow the money. If you have a question about something, well, how can this person be as bad as people say they are? On the surface, they look good, Well, on the surface, a plump, golden, yummy, delicious apple, looks good. But, until you get into it, you don't realize that, it's rotten, that there might be a couple wormholes in it, and maybe the worm's still in there. You just can't eat it. It looks good, but inside it's not. It's corrupt, if you will. So I want to really encourage people to begin to utilize wisdom, to ask God. Once again, James 1:5, ask God for wisdom. And then if you have something that seems to be in question, take the time you owe it to yourself. Do a little bit of digging around. Why is this person being labeled as this when on the outside it doesn't appear that way? Are these just random spoutings of conspiracy theories, or people that host podcasts, of which you can find this and every episode of our Flawedcast CLE on our website, flawedinc.com? Are they just rambling, spouting a tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorists? Or, I don't know, is there something more? The important thing is ask God for wisdom. We need to seek wisdom. We need to gain wisdom. We need to gain knowledge and understanding. And it may cost all you have, but it's important. And as always, when you're getting your wisdom, when you're getting your knowledge, you want to make sure you get in the arena.